Thomas Jane stars in Stephen King's 1922, A Story of a Month's Murderous Confession. Photo Netflix. Alex Nelson. 2 hours. Monday, October 16, 2017. This really has been the year of Stephen King on the big and small screens. We've had adaptations of IT, The Dark Tower, Mr. Mercedes and Gerald's Game. And now another King thriller joins the party. 1922 hits Netflix this Friday, October 20th, bringing subscribers a slice of gothic, American heartland horror. It stars Thomas Jane as Wilfred James, a Nebraska farmer desperately clinging to his family land in the 1920s. When his wife Arlette Deadwood and House of Cards Molly Parker inherits another large plot of land, she dreams of selling it on and moving to the city with the proceeds. The idea doesn't sit well with Wilfred, who has no intention of leaving behind his simple, country life. But his wife persists. His solution: hatch a plan to murder her, bringing his 14-year-old son Henry Dylan Schmidt into the ruse to guarantee his silence. Once the brutal deed is complete, Wilfred buries the body, but soon finds himself terrorized by rats. His life begins to unravel, and he becomes convinced his wife is haunting him. A gory tragedy. The Netflix original movie is based on King's 131-page novella of the same name, published relatively recently in the Horror Writers' 2010 collection Full Dark. No stars. It's a refreshingly simple story among the more ambitious King adaptations of the year. IT, the most impactful of 2017's efforts, was the first of a two-film saga. The Dark Tower's muddled narrative was the result of trying to pack an epic 8-novel universe into a 90-minute blockbuster. The murder of his wife haunts Wilfred James in Stephen King's 1922. Photo Netflix. Gerald's Game went the other way, with a only location premise. 1922 isn't reaching for the stars, but its ambiguous horror, the exact nature of which is reportedly left up to the viewer, that makes for a gory tragedy. The cast of 1922 also have varied and well-respected resumes. Coen Brothers meets Edgar Allan Poe. Thomas Jane is well known to King fans after his starring role in The Mist, and he's also shown in sci-fi show The Expanse. Early previews have suggested he's the right man for the job, while Molly Parker's turn as Congresswoman Jacqueline Sharp in House of Cards earned her an Emmy nomination. King's original story has been compared to that of the macabre work of Edgar Allan Poe. Photo Netflix. 1922 deals with consequences, guilt and shame. Some have called King's original story a riff on the dark works of Edgar Allan Poe. Though 2017's King adaptations have been varied in their success, there's no denying each has been a unique take on the prolific author's canon, and 1922 looks to be no different. A rural, western horror with a premise that sounds almost Coen-esque. It will be interesting to see what director Zach Hilditch will do with the source material. 1922 is available on Netflix from October 20th. Gerald's Game on Netflix proves not all unfilmable novels are sprawling epics. IT, when Tim Curry traumatized the generation as Stephen King's clown. Stephen King's IT review, a great coming-of-age movie, but a so-so horror. Why The Mist is the most underrated Stephen King movie. Forget The Dark Tower. Mr. Mercedes is the Stephen King adaptation you need to see. Imagine RuPaul playing Clint Eastwood. The most brutal reviews of The Dark Tower. Add to The Dark Tower why the world needs more Stephen King right now in news. http://cinews.co.uk